What's up, YouTube? This is Damien J. This is the morning drive. Clearly, I am not driving. So, today I wanted to talk about the TriBase rain. Go ahead and get a nice, good look at it because apparently every time I flipped the shoe too many times, weirdos on the internet like to complain about it. So, there's a little glimpse of all of it. So far, I've had this shoe for about 2 weeks. It's great. I love it. It's great. But is it exceptional? Is it worth $120? I don't think so. I mean, if you're one of those people with money to burn and you have plenty of expendable, or excuse me, I should say expendable. What do they call it in school? If you have plenty of discretionary income, by all means, go pick them up. I like the gray. It's my second pair of gray shoes next to my Metcon Freeze. I like the shoe a lot. There are a couple of issues that I would like to bring up, though. Hey, here's Pappy. There's a couple of issues I'd like to bring up, though, that may concern some of you. So I'll go ahead and go over them. Once again, I have a narrow foot. This is great for people with narrow feet. I have plenty of room in the toe box. All that's fine. But the big issue that I have with it is right here where it cinches up around the ankle. It just doesn't get very tight. Does my foot move around a whole lot? No. So I don't have any of that. So another thing that I just now noticed looking in here is it has no insole. It's sewn in. It's a sewn in insole. Doesn't bother me at all. You're not going to get any heel slippage from that. But once again, there is some room right here around the ankle, and it becomes a distraction. Does it bother me in my lifts? No. But for some reason, when I'm moving around and I look down at it, it worries me. I feel like, man, my ankle doesn't feel stable because I can see it moving around in here. But have I had any problems with it? No. Has it slipped off? No. Have I tripped and fell? No, because I've gone on runs. I've done rows. I've done all the stuff that you would do in the gym, biking. It doesn't even matter if I say it. I've done handstand walks on them, which you don't need shoes for a handstand walk. So, but the important things that I've done, I would say, I've done rope climbs, and they're fine. I mean, I'm looking at both of them. I usually go like this with my feet, and it's not bad. I would say keeping them clean might be a little bit of a problem since there's a lot of white on the bottom. These are the grays. I think the blacks come in black and gum. It just depends. The one last thing I'd like to bring up, besides this lacing system, which I think is horrible, I'm not a fan of lacing systems where it's not a true lace, and then the way that they pre-laced it, I mean, it seems like the only way you could have done it, but I'm not a fan. It's almost like, you got the straight across as you tie it, and then you got the little loops. I think that's just an Under Armour thing. I want to say that my Steph Curry's came like that too. So that's kind of bothersome. The other thing is, for those of you, and I don't know why there are humans out there like that, but I'm just going to address you folk. For those of you who like to walk around with your shoelaces untied all the time, weird. It might bother you that when you stick your foot in here, as you can see, as I pull this up, I pull the tongue up, these flaps come in. So as you stick your foot in there, those flaps actually fold on top of your foot. So for those of you who don't lace your shoes, it might actually be good because then you can kind of get some stretch and then fold these back down, because that was the most annoying thing. So if you look down in there, see how that folds, you can see how that becomes a problem as you stick your foot in. Then this becomes bunched up. Obviously not that aggressively that's doing there. It's usually literally just that much that does it, but it's enough to where it's uncomfortable and you have to completely untie the shoe, kind of get it down, and then kind of fold them down over your foot. So that was another thing that I'm not a fan of these shoes. For the price point, at $120, it's just, I feel like for $120 you can get a better shoe that you'd be a lot more happy with. Now, If it's in your budget, like I said, to have an extra pair of shoes around and you want them, by all means grab them. I would say that the one thing that I did notice, if you see my review on the Fronings, on the right outside part of the foot, or actually I should say the outside part of your foot, since it could be left or right, that kind of came up a little bit, which almost kind of forced you into this really good position for squats. For those of you who are toe lifters, who like to lift your big toe, I'm one of those people. I'm trying to break that habit actively. I can tell you that that's the opposite with these. On the inside of this, it feels like it's up against your toe a little bit more. So I think that's just how the shoe is shaped. But I can tell you that it's kind of nice if you are a toe lifter. So if you're a toe lifter, that might help you out, help you able to set that toe down and make it nice and flat, so you're making that 3 points of contact, which is kind of funny because that's how the shoe is set up. But that 3 sets of contact when you're doing deadlifts and whenever you're doing squats and stuff like that, where it's really important, Oli lifts, where it's really important to keep those 3 points of contact. Like I said, if you're a toe lifter, that'll remedy it a little bit. So that is a plus to it, I guess. The other thing is that I really like this material that it's made out of. I like the toe clip. I like how they got a little bit of a cushion here. If you take a look, a little bit of a cushion there. They got the nice little toe clip, so if you're doing handstand push-ups, you got something to rub up against, which is nice. It's a nice little touch. There's nice little, very functional fitness touches that they put in this shoe. Is it the end-all be-all? I don't think so. I mean, I reviewed the Adidas Crazy Train a couple years back, and it was a decent shoe, and I feel like had they kept working on it, it would have gotten better. I don't know if they made another one, because I usually find out right away when they're making another one, and I get excited and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to try it out, but I haven't seen it. I still see the old one being put out. Same thing with the New Balance sneaker, the 40V, what is it? The 40V1s, the Minimus that's built for CrossFit. Love those shoes. I have 2 pair. Anything that I buy 2 pair of, I love. The Metcon Frees, I have 3. The very first Metcon Flyknits, I have 3 of those. And then the shoes that I don't really care about, I usually get 1. So like my Metcon 4s, I have 1 pair. Of these, I'm going to have 1 pair. Of the Adidas, I have 1 pair. It has to be something that's comfortable, number one, for me, and then it has to be something stylish, obviously, because it's something that you're going to be seen in. And I like to think that if it's a functional fitness shoe, the whole point of functional fitness is stuff that you do every day, like squatting and standing up and moving items and picking things up off the ground. I feel like that's what the shoe should be for too. So a lot of times that's part of my test. Is this a shoe that I can wear out and about and be comfortable in? Is it a shoe that I can wear all day and go to work in if I need to? And with this shoe, I can actually say yes. I mean, this is a great all-around shoe. So is it worth the value if it's just going to be more than functional fitness and you want something that's a little bit more stylish to wear out? Absolutely. But at a $120 price point, if this is going to be your daily driver, so to speak, for functional fitness, for CrossFit, for working out, I'd have to say hard pass. Just better shoes that you can get for 120 bucks. So that's all I got for you guys. I think I covered everything. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. Like I said, I love the shoe. I love it. It's a great look, great form factor. When I review these, my goal is that if you're just, a person who doesn't have that much discretionary income and you're looking for, the next best thing, or you're looking for a shoe that you want to, try, I don't think this is going to be the best shoe. Now, if fashion comes first with you, then it might be a good shoe just because it is good looking. It's serviceable in the gym. Like I said, despite those tiny little problems, I didn't have any moment where, because I love the Metcon Frees. Here's a great example. I love the Metcon Frees, but I still feel a little bit of bounce when I do, like squats. or when I do things like deadlifts, like there's a little bit of spring there where I feel as though my foot should be flat to the ground. And with that little bit of spring, sometimes it gets in your head and throws you off a little bit. So if you're one of those people where that could become an issue, then keep that in account. I mean, the Free is the best shoe, in my opinion, right now. The Nike Metcon Free is the best one. I just saw the picture for the new ones, and I'm excited that they're coming out. But to me, they're the best shoe. That's why I own 3 pair of them. But I'm always willing to try these out because, something like this where you can wear it every day, that's rare. The Metcon Free you could wear every day. This you could wear every day. I don't feel like nanos are shoes that are really good for going out. Same thing with like Metcons. Like, depending on the color of the Metcon, like, I don't know, something about functional fitness shoes, when I see them out and about, I'm like, that's kind of an ugly shoe. So things like this shoe from Under Armour and Adidas's version, it's a nice change of pace, and it's cool to see these other companies come up with pretty neat designs. But they are keeping the functional in there. So I do have to admit that yes, great for what you would be using it for, but you get that bonus of being able to say, hey, I can use this shoe, I can wear it out, and it looks good when I go out. So that's all I got. As always, you can follow me on Snaps, Tweets, and the Grams. @DamianJ, TAMIANJAY, because I love you guys. And hey, any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I know I can get long-winded, but if you notice, whenever somebody asks me a question on the channel, I always answer the question. Now, sometimes the questions are a little ludicrous, but I still manage to answer them. So even if you say something stupid, maybe I'll say something funny back to you. But that's all I got for you guys. That's it. So have a good day, guys.